Hi, this is Andrea Johnson with Dog Training Elite Northeast Ohio. Today what we're going to talk about and show you is something that's very foundational, very important. It's really the very beginning of training for puppies and older dogs alike. Something called marker training. We always tell our clients when you give a dog a command, you have to keep it simple, especially with verbal. You want to command, mark, praise. So you give a command like sit. When the dog does it, you say yes or you click. Then you say good and you reward. The mark has to become to the dog the sound that tells them that they did it right, and that's a positive thing. But how do they know that? We have to do something called charging the mark. So we have to take that sound, whether it be a clicker or our verbal yes, and we have to make that a positive thing. We do that with rewards. We also have negative markers. We can say no. We can say break when it's time to release a dog from any command. We can say ready when we're getting ready to train. But right now I'm just going to show you how we load that positive marker, that yes or that click, okay? When you're getting ready to do a charging of the mark or a loading of the mark, you want to be ready. You want to have your clicker ready. You want to have your treats either in your pockets or in a pouch treat bag. Obviously have your dog ready to go. Now, when you give a mark and when you load a mark, when you're commanding a dog, you want to make sure down the line that that marker comes within a couple of seconds of the action so the dog can tie everything together. But right now, we're just going to be focusing on charging the mark, making that sound mean something to the dog. We don't ask the dog for any behavior. We just go ahead and we do it with positive reward. I want to make sure when I make the sound, whether it be the clicker or my yes, I'm going to wait to give the treat to the dog until after. I don't want to be giving the reward and then marking. So and then you would do this maybe, you could do this as you feed your dog some of their kibble in the morning or in the evening when they're having their breakfast or their lunch or their dinner. He's ready, she's drooling. A little bit every time you feed them. You could portion some of their food out, or again, you could just use some treats. And do this for maybe 15 pieces, and then that's all you really need. And it's very simple, and this is what it looks like. Okay, so first I'll do the clicker. Okay, so again, just sound, reward. If I use my verbal, sometimes what I like to do is I like to put the treats in one hand and just take another, and I'll just say, yes, 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 yes. Okay, and that's really all there is. If you do that a few times a day, all you're doing, again, it's an association between the positive reward and hearing that sound, whether it be the clicker or whether it be verbal. You can actually even chain them together, okay? So what I could also do is I could use the clicker and my verbal at the same time. So I could say, yes, 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 which is a nice transition because sometimes we start with a clicker, but then we transition over to verbal. So you can chain them together and then the dog understands. Okay, so that is called charging the mark.